pause this beautiful music, because it is not my own, and I don't want YouTube to be upset at me for using other people's music, or silence my channel because of it, because they do silence some videos because of it. Welcome to a beautiful evening of this world. Thank you for joining me, either right now or in the future. I'm here to talk about my book just a little bit. I just published a anthology, which is a fancy word I just learned, which means a collection of poems. And this is it. I have about 145 pages of poetry, which, about 140 poems or so, maybe a little bit less. Some of them run 2-3 pages long. And I think you would love this. I've had some beautiful reviews from customers and from editors, and I actually got this book into the King County Public Library system. So right now they're still updating it, and it should be on their shelves, physically and electronically, fairly soon. So I hope you can get a chance to, if not buy it, at least check it out, read it, get inside my brain, get inside my heart, and hopefully get some feels working in your heart. I'm trying to infect you with these feelings that I have, so maybe you can process them alongside me and then make it easier for the rest of the world. Yes, so thank you again. It's called Space Between the Crescent Shadows by Andrey Psyche. You can purchase this on my website, andreypsyche.com, or Amazon if you just Google this. I don't know how well I'm doing showing it to you because I'm looking at the back side of my phone. If it sucks, whoop-de-doo. I might do better next time. Maybe. So I'm going to read you a poem, the very first one. When you open the book, it looks like this. So beautiful. And just want to note, I did design the cover. I did all that. I edited. I did everything. The only thing I didn't do was press print. The Amazon did that for me because I published through them. Put a lovely image in here for you to inspect for whatever reason. Got my little beautiful dedication. I hope you read that as well, because it's almost like a poem on its own. I broke up this book into 4 sections, and the sections are as follows: space, between, crescent, and shadows. Now each one of them is its own, I guess, section of poetry. The poems themselves are arranged into different emotions. I mean, some of them overlap, some of them splash into each other, but I tried to separate them out into 4 distinct sections. And what those sections are, you'll have to figure out on your own after reading it. But I did separate them out into more or less maybe light, dark, love, whatever else. But these are just very basic words that I'm sharing with you. I hope you can get to read them, get a feel for each section, and maybe make up your own mind about what it is and what it is about inside of you. So I'm going to read to you first poem in chapter or section 1, space. Also, I plan on recording backing music for every single one of these poems and then releasing that Spotify, maybe Audible, see how that goes. Publishing a poetry album with original music in the background. I already did that with my last book, and I plan to do it with this one as well. Without further ado, ado is how I say it. This poem. No titles for any of the poems either, because I want you to think about it. The gust that butterfly's wings must create to thrust itself an inch or two can send a particle of dew to tumble downwards to the ground and get absorbed by your favorite flower. The sound an ant makes when he screams can tremble by the beetle's wings, enough so that when it takes off, or veers off to one side, so much that when it lands, your shoulder is the only place that it can reach, sharing its colors. A simple greeting down the road that took a second, not much more, would leave a string of pleasure, sing a song of leisure to a being that would walk by cheerfully right next to you and smile and gleam, so that a little bit of love would shine your way in case today would be the day you're feeling down. An ocean might be separating us, but don't you worry, oh, my love. I have all that I need to be right next to you. Whether the wither or the bug that hears my prayers from up above, or down below and break the mold just by an inch and shift the universe just so. So by the time I got to you, my presence irrefutable, immutably brings just a bit of comfort in ungodly hours, that carries hope in starry eyes. Look at the moon, oh, just one more time. Before the Sandman hand arrives and you can rest your head on mine inside our dreams, in which you're mine and I am yours, combined unknowingly before the day that I can set the world back down from off my chest, to breathe you in and drift away, to see you in another day. Forever yours, my name. So that's the first poem. Here's the image of the book. Here's the back image of the book. Now, I hope you guys get a chance to preview it, look at it, go on my website. The poems are also written in on my Instagram page. Uh, what I did was, I'll talk about it. I'll hold this to my heart, and I'll talk about it. So what I did was, um, not all of them, but most of them. I had an image, or I created an image, because all my poetry or everything else that I do always starts off with something else. So with these poems, a lot of them, what I took was an image that I manipulated digitally, or had a painting or a drawing, and then I used that as inspiration for to attach to use as an anchor for that moment of my life, and try to see into the glimpse of my subconscious um, through that image, and then these poems came out of it. So what happened was I'd upload those images and write the poetry straight onto Instagram. So a lot of the posts that are a little bit further behind, they have these poems on there. So you can go and look on my Instagram, look at some of the images, read the captions. Most of the time, it has a poem in there that's more or less the same as this, but it was still obviously my first draft, and then I tweaked some of the poems to be more honest. So you can do that. Instagram is Andrey.psyche. Andrey.psyche. Feel free to do that if that makes it easier for you. But also, if you could, if you can support my goal and my dreams of being a writer and an artist, please do buy this book. I have another book that I just republished. It's my first book, which you can buy that book too, or my music, or anything else. But right now, here it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll probably do some more readings from time to time, so please tune back in. In the meantime, thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I love every single one of you. I truly do. Goodbye. Whoa!